I was hoping to get more of like a confidence boost out of it, which I didn't really get because it was just, um, yeah, it was just an event that wasn't really in my wheelhouse.
14 weeks have gone perfectly. I have had hiccups, but Adrian has not. He is very ready and excited, and yeah, pretty much perfect.
We are heading to Gel Mountain, which is I think it's a 10,000 foot mountain in southeastern Wyoming, just west of Laramie. And one of my friends who's going to be pacing me at Western States, Nick, lives up in Laramie, and I wanted to catch up with him and come run Gel Mountain. We've been talking about doing it for a while. And luckily it's raining in Fort Collins, but it's pretty nice out here. There's an antelope.
I think we're at 7,600 feet, tops out at 97. There's an observatory up top run by the university. So it's all just a single Jeep road. Goes all the way up and then just come back down. I got 1 carbs fuel, 200 calories.
About 20 grams.
Just in case.
What do you guys eat? Got some tailwind, and that's it. Yeah.
I have 1 more.
Oh, I don't have anything.
I was gonna try to forage for some stuff if I find any roots or berries. And yeah.
I was telling him he has to, or he can't let me run 16 miles without eating, like he did at Leadville.
Leadville, it was my first time pacing Adrian, and I probably wasn't tough enough on him about making him eat. He would just say no, and then I kind of took that answer, which I won't be taking this time.
Well, that's what I tell people, like, even if I like look or say I feel bad, that doesn't mean that I can't keep running hard or that I can't eat or drink. Alistair will do from 60 to 77, and then Nick will do from there till 94. I think I could have made it, but they're nervous. This is the Ames Monument. It's off Highway I-80 between Laramie and Cheyenne. And it was built to my great grandfather, Oaks Ames, and his brother Oliver. And President Lincoln asked the two of them to sort of get the Transcontinental Railroad built and finish the project. And so they secured all the funding, got the railroad built, and in honor of them, they built this monument on what was at the time the highest point of elevation along the railroad route. If I get struck by lightning, I want it to be here. All right, so this is the first run of my little solo heat training camp in Albuquerque, and I'm running up to South Sandia Peak. It's a 16-mile run over 4,000 feet of elevation gain and loss from the front door of my Airbnb. I came down here, sort of chased the heat a little bit. So I'm here for 10 days total and just trying to get a little hotter than I was in Fort Collins. So I definitely still want more of the adaptation. I've been sort of, like I do, or me and Andrew do for our whole build-up, it's sort of slow and gradual, and there's no big, massive workouts or runs or anything like that, which is sort of how I've been treating the heat prep, where, through April, I was sort of targeting the hottest parts of the day in Fort Collins to train, and I'm sort of doing that while I'm here. But like, I'm not running around in the desert with a big puffy jacket on trying to pass out under a cactus or anything like that. And now I just have 8 miles downhill, almost 4,000 feet on the road. So I'm gonna get some pounding in on the legs. One of the things with heat training is you can always sort of be doing more, which I think is something I'm struggling with a bit, because it's like trying to find the balance between getting good quality training in and getting the heat adaptation. At the end of the day, when you're fit, you can handle the heat better, you can handle running uphill and downhill better. So anything that they'll throw at you, you can handle better when you're really fit. So that's the most important thing. Can I see Joshua? All right, my friend Joshua and I are running up Wheeler Peak, which is the high point of New Mexico. It's at just over 13,000 feet. Just getting above tree line, and I thought this would be the perfect way to cap off my New Mexico training camp. It's a little ironic because I just left Fort Collins and only have a few more runs there, but I've really enjoyed running the trails at Horsetooth this spring. I don't know what about it, but I left and I was feeling like, I'm kind of sad that my Horsetooth trails are sort of over for this build. This is my last run in Fort Collins. I'm heading out to Boston this afternoon.
Running with people is always so much better than running alone, and gets me to wake up, set an alarm, and drive out here and get out on the trails at 7 when I'm just dragging myself out the door. Things are a lot slower.
When you're not running with a team, it's nice to have running buddies that you can consistently run with each week.
And it's inspiring. Like, Taylor just a week and a half ago made the US team for the World Championship. So hopefully we can feed off of that energy.
Running's fun, it's therapeutic. It's always been there, it's kind of a big part of my life, and I love it.
I think in terms of being the best runner that I can be, the most important thing is to enjoy the process and make sure that you're training hard, and that's a big part of it, but you're doing it in a way that you enjoy. running, anyone can do it. Anyone can come out and anyone can enter in a 5K or a trail race or whatever.
There's the motivation, which is the races and going to really amazing places like Horsetooth and all the other places we get to go. And then there's like the discipline when the motivation sort of is lacking, or to do the really hard, not glamorous things like the track workouts. We were all out on the track yesterday training for trail races, the doubles, running through the snow in the winter. And then I think there's the community of it all, like having great friends to run with, but also having people to compete against and to sort of push you to be better.
Yeah, have fun, enjoy it. It's gonna be one hell of an experience, and live in the moment.
I've joked with Adrian that he needs to go out there and do what I couldn't do at Western States and beat Killian. We'll see. That'd be super cool if he can beat Killian, and my boy Alistair is pacing him. Alistair was 4 in 2010 when he paced me over the last 300 meters of Western States. That would be kind of fun. Kind of comes full circle,
This is my childhood bedroom in Westwood, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. Here it is. This is our Centennial Conference 4x8 gold medal that Clay won for me. I was 3rd leg, he was 4th leg. I handed off in 3rd and he moved us into 1st. Well, yeah, I was going to do the hill first and then
hill, then
we could
go
come back to there.
Okay. All right. You didn't even know that was a real trail. Don't give me that nonsense. So I'm Clay. I ran at Gettysburg with Adrian, so I've known him since 2007, give or take. So we were on the cross country and the track teams together. And then we were roommates for 2 years, basically 4 straight years of Adrian in college. 14 years. Yeah, we go for a run once or twice a year. And he always makes me feel like I'm new to the area and I know nothing about this place. It's gonna be hotter here, I think. Probably more elevation, this close to sea level. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be comparable to Western States.
So we are in New Hampshire, waiting for the race tomorrow. I can't remember the name of it. To the top of Mount Washington. And we're about to go out and get some bakery goods and coffee.
Well, it's Friday, and the race is on Saturday. We're in, I think it's Glen, New Hampshire. We rented an Airbnb for the weekend, and it's a nice place. Not very good lighting, but other than that, it's fine. Quiet, very quiet here.
Yeah.
What I don't like about it is the fact that you only get to see the person you're cheering for once.
Yeah.
In other races, you can get around and at least see them a couple of times. Marathons. I long for the days when Adrian takes up running indoor miles, where you can see the whole race.
6 times.
I'm just sitting around, gonna go out for my pre-meet in an hour and a half or so, just 5 miles, then eat some lunch, and then go drive up the mountain to do a little course recon and reminding. Yeah, last year I went out in the warm-up with Quinn, and we were all already sort of rushed because the bathroom line was long, and we got there later than we wanted, and there's these ski trails that you can run on in your warm-up, and I got turned around and yeah, it was pretty bad. One of my more embarrassing moments. And we missed the start by 5 minutes. We got back to the start as the last few runners were trickling across, had to throw in our shoes. We still went up and raced, but it was not a good day. So that's one of the reasons I'm back here, is to sort of redeem myself from last year. Thank you. Okay, thanks. What?
They changed it. We're only going halfway up tomorrow.
Oh no.
Because of weather.
Okay.
So Adrian picks and chooses his races very particularly, and he only races a few times a year, even if they're short races. So he chose Mount Washington specifically to be able to have a confidence boosting race about 2 weeks before Western States. And he thought a lot about that last year and after Leadville, of whether or not he would run that race again and when he would do it and if it would be part of this build. So he was very excited and very confident to go back. And unfortunately, with the race being cut in half, pretty much took out all of Adrian's strengths in running, and he's not very confident with his speed. And he's not training for a 3-mile race, he's training for a 100-mile race.
Irrationally, I'm questioning my fitness and panicking a little bit, but everything else has gone so well leading up to today, and there are all these factors outside of my control that led to the race being changed and a lackluster performance.
Cool to see how he just let himself be upset and nervous about the results and then regroup. He hasn't talked about it since the day after, which I think is a very good sign.
The most important thing to me at this point is staying healthy, resting, and familiarizing myself with the course.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. This has been an incredible training block, and you're really setting yourself up well with the training camp, and then obviously getting in some efforts all over the country. And I mean, even before this race, your last race went really well. So I'm confident in what you're doing, and I'm not even the one running. So hopefully you're feeling the same level of confidence. And yeah, man, now it's just making sure that all the screws are tightened and not getting too greedy on some of these workouts, because you've done a lot of the hard work that was necessary for this race.
Yep.
Not everybody has a Nick Clark in their back pocket, so
No.
I mean, some people have run the course before, obviously, but that experience is priceless.
Well, I'm really fast. Maybe he should wear super fast sneakers like I wear. And then he runs so fast that he runs all the way to see Santa.
See Santa?
Yeah, and he didn't even get cold. These are not my best running shoes. Because running is really healthy for your body.
Yeah.
It helps your muscles grow.
Probably 12 years old. It was when he first beat me in a race, and I faked a hamstring injury to say, oh, that didn't count. But that was when I knew he was a better runner than I was. I think he's going to do really well, and even if he doesn't do really well, he's prepared himself. And I'm a golfer, so sometimes you have a bad round playing golf, and it is what it is, and sometimes you have a bad race. So it's even if he doesn't do as well as he hopes, I think he's prepared himself, and I think he'll be happy with how he does it.
Adrian, you want to race? Adrian, you want to race with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go! I'm going to see who comes back.
Because I can't. On the inside. Oh, he took the inside lane, and I couldn't catch up on the straightaway.
Go!
It's time for Adrian and all the people that love him and support him to do the thing that we've been talking about and that he's been thinking about for the last not only 15 weeks, but also his whole career as an ultra runner so far. So I'm excited for his parents to be there and all of his closest friends to be there and support him. And I hope that we can all appreciate what it's taken to get to that point. And really it's time to let him be selfish and do such a difficult task and support him in that. And I look forward to getting to be there and witness something that is inspiring me every day and inspiring lots of other people as well.
The biggest win for me, obviously getting to the start line healthy, and then 2, crossing the finish line knowing that he was really able to showcase all the hard work that he's put into this race. So, depending on how the race unfolds, how the weather unfolds, that could be running a perfect race and finishing 20th, or it could be finishing 10th. As long as he is happy with how he was able to showcase his fitness, I think that's the ultimate goal.
I remember the first time he ran Leadville, my biggest concern was he not get hurt. And I was so grateful for the crew and the people looking after him, making sure that he was safe out there in the mountains. I'm really hopeful that he has the best possible day after all this. And, that not too many things go wrong, and he is able to do what his goals are.
Well, this is a goal he's had for a long time. I know how excited he is about the race and how much he wants to do well in it. And you see him out there working hard towards that. And that makes me, I'm just so proud of him. He works so hard. He achieves really great things. That's so nice to see. It's just so nice to see.
if Adrian is fit and he's healthy and he's confident, then he can and is one of the best ultra runners in the world. And as you were saying 14 weeks ago, all of those were question marks of whether or not he would be healthy and fit and confident. So now that that part is taken care of, he just has to go and run all day, as he says. And if he can do that, then I think it will be a very good outcome. But I'm glad that we've been able to see all that it takes to get to that point, because there are a lot of people that have dropped out in the last few weeks that don't get the opportunity because of injury and illness. So that's the most impressive part to me, is to do the training as he's done every day, twice a day, and then get to the race ready to go.
I think I'm going to be telling myself that I've had a great build, and that I know I'm really fit, and that I'm healthy, and that I know how to execute, and that I'm really good at running 100 miles in the mountains.
So remember that if you lose, you always still want to love running, even if you lose.